Wow, wow, what up, what up, what up? It's your dude, with STWF TV, and I'm here with my guy Bandito, man, on the Let's Ride show. What's good? What's good?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Oh man, shit, can't call it another day, man. As we get ready for we like 1 week down. We less than 1 week down, man. How's it going?
It's going good, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the long stretch this week. It's gonna be a long stretch, long stretch.
Hey, listen, like the roster's been cut. Everybody know who's gonna make the team, man. So now is really where you find out the grind. Like it was all cute and um, guts and glamour. Before roster cuts were made. So everyone that knows, like last week, well, actually this week, it was roster cuts. It happened Thursday. It happened today. So if your guy actually made it. So we got our show is filled with roster reviews. We got a running back review show today. So we're going to talk about some of the rosters. But man, listen. Have you started? I heard there's going to be some crawfish at the tailgate.
Oh yeah, man. They're doing it. Crazy team, man.
Crazy Tim.
He coming through, man. He coming with 62 pounds of crawfish, and I think 40 pounds of shrimp, and then you got
not
all
them small shrimps, not them small Walmart shrimps, man. He said
This is these some little monsters here, bro. Yeah.
So I was kind of impressed with that. I seen that in the chat, man. So definitely just trying to see, because I'm kind of confused on, a Texas guy making crawfish. I'm from Louisiana. So who's gonna be on? Who got crawfish duties?
Tim and we got this guy. His name is Rico, another bandito. He's actually from Louisiana.
Okay. I think I seen him in the chat, man. I seen him in the chat. So, all right. So, what you gonna be up on there doing? So, what you watching over there? Because I'm trying to get in your business, man. I'm trying to looking up some stuff. Just looking up down like that. What you doing over there?
Just looking up some stuff real quick.
Yeah, we talking and you looking, man. It's like, hey, like, hello, how you doing?
Hello.
There we go. Now we ready. So, tell us what's on the front with the super fans, man. I know there got to be some chatter going on that, as regular fans don't hear going on with the super fans.
Oh man, everybody's kind of waiting to see who's going where. You know what I mean? Who's all going to visit? You know what I mean? Who's going to come down to Arlington? Who's going to go up to Memphis? You know what I mean? Who's traveling? You know what I mean? That's what the question is, right? That's going on right now with the super fans is like, where's everybody going to end up at?
So I didn't even know that. So it's like a lot of super fans, y'all just get together and plan like which game y'all going to go to. Like how does that work?
Well, just like this coming up game, the Horn Ford podcast is coming down. You know what I mean? Then you got Brahma Babe coming down. You got her husband. Can't remember what he goes by, but her husband's coming down. You guys got a lot. A lot of super fans are coming down from San Antonio for this game. You know what I mean? For the tailgates. I guess it's just to experience everybody's tailgates, man. That's the one thing that a lot of the super fans try to go and experience. Kind of just mingle around with all the super fans.
That makes sense. Because like getting into this whole sports world, it's like I've been a fan, but it's super fans that like y'all got a whole nother realm of things. Like y'all follow something different. Like what I'm saying, it's just bigger than a football team. So definitely give a shout out to all the super fans, man. But hey, today's show is about running backs, man. So Arlington Renegades, last year, we had a pretty okay running game, but this year, earlier last week, you might catch during a press conference, and we got it on our show. Coach Stoops said that he bolstered the offensive line, and he's making an effort to run the ball more. So in this show here, we're going to spotlight, the Arlington Renegades running back, man. So do you know any of the running backs?
Well, you know what? The one I do know, and he just signed back with us earlier today was the Devon Smith. You know what I mean? But Dae Dae Hunter, I mean, he also played with us last year, and
All right, well, hold up. Yeah, that's the first guy. So first one we're going to talk about is Dae Dae Hunter. But Fo, just quick, here is the final roster right here. So, last week it was like 60 something. In our other show we talked about how the roster was like at 60 some people, and they had to cut like 13 people to actually get it down to a 53-man roster. So, hey, shout out to you, Casey. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Listen, that's one strong goddamn mofo right there. So he's won a lot of those heavy man challenges, and you've seen I really watch my mouth because he's really strong and might just punch me through this through the show. But definitely give a shout out to him, man. Y'all definitely check his content out. He's doing a lot of heavy man challenges. Really good guy. But any new UFL teams this year?
no.
We don't have any new ones.
New teams? It's 8 that were there.
Yeah. But always they are looking, for more opportunities to expand it. We talked about that in one of our earlier shows about, some actual landing places for UFL teams. So I think we had talked about San Antonio, Oklahoma. Well, not San Antonio. I'm sorry. We always talking about them. We mentioned Oklahoma because, they're a football city, football town, but it's college. So definitely opportunities there. But, like Bandito said, no new in the UFL teams this year. But circling back around to our roster, man, so we got it down to, I think I heard Coach Stoops saying 50. But, we still had room for 3 more roster positions. So it was kind of, intriguing, and I had my eyebrows raised just to see about, okay, hey, when Coach Stoops mentioned, getting the team size down to 50. So if y'all want to go check out the roster, y'all can. That's the final cut right there with maybe not the addition of Veon Smith, but that is the final roster that was sent out to the, sent out from the team. All right, so this is our running back segment right here. That is Dae Dae Hunter. He's number 17. And for a while, he was the only returning running back from last year. So you heard earlier, Mr. Bandito mentioned that his guy, Veon Smith, recently re-signed with the Renegades. So we'll touch about that later. But, all right, Dae Dae Hunter right here, man. So you can see here he made a really big play against the Brahmas. So, I definitely I know you appreciated that. But what do you think about Dae Dae Hunter? What's some of the stats you have for him?
Well, you know what? He came out of Liberty. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he's a small back. You're looking at about 5'10", about $190, but pretty quick. You know what I mean? And watching him last year when he came in, coming in and switching on with Smith, I mean, he's pretty quick off the tackle. He's a pretty fast guy.
Yeah, and I think, that's probably what they were looking for, maybe like the 1-2 punch because, just like back in the NFL, they had, a lot of teams found some success with a big back and a smaller back. I think they had, Philadelphia Eagles had it, Pittsburgh had it, even the Dolphins had it at one time, who always keeps a strong running game. But yeah, like you said, Dae Dae, he's a small back, so he can definitely make plays out of the backfield. He's somewhat like a scat back. So we couldn't find much film on him, but we were able to find this, and he's been running the ball since Liberty.
Yep.
One of the key cogs to the team is running back Dae Dae Hunter. Hunter's 2 TDs last Saturday broke open a tied score against ODU and leading the Flames to a win. Now, head coach Hugh Freeze says that there is more to Dae Dae Hunter than what you see on the field.
Once you find that outside, I love the kid. He's honest and raw and real and transparent. And there's sometimes you get somebody that you're having a conversation with, and you're like, I'm not really sure that they're really telling me the real side of what they're really feeling. But Dae Dae, there's no doubt in my mind. I get all of it from him.
Wow. Now, Dae Dae in the
nice footwork. I mean, he has that footwork to stop on a dime and then pick up the speed.
Yes, I did notice that too. Like how he was one quick move, and he was able to get through that line. So I did see that too, and I think like that is really paramount in what you actually need. What you look for in a running back, because you want that first step. That guy that can make that first quick step. And one thing throughout my training camp notes, it's been filled with number 17, Mr. Dae Dae Hunter, so one thing I've, one of my notes, it shows like he's continuing to make plays, he's finding ways to get to the second level. I don't know if it's just, the increase in the offensive line or, it's him, but I'm definitely going to say it's a combination of the two, because like I said, from day one, when we started covering their practice, their training camp, the guy made plays, and then he continued to make plays up until roster cut. So it was kind of expected that he would make some of the he would make the team. But I was impressed with him. They like his usage. They used him out of the backfield. They handed the ball to him, and they threw him the ball. So I think he's definitely going to be a weapon for Luis Perez. So what do you think about that?
Oh, I think he's going to be a nice addition. I mean, especially with the line that we have now, I think he's explosive. I mean, just like the video you were just showing. You know what I mean? I mean, he can stop. You know what I mean? And he can hit that. And once he can hit that hole, and then he takes it out. Once he gets to that second level, I mean, he's going to be hard to catch. But also, he has that nice little short he has a little shortness a little bit at 5'10". And he's gonna come sneaking in right between that guard and tackle, and if he can get in there and get out, hey, good luck catching him.
Do you know where he's from?
No, what I saw that, but
he's from Colorado. So I'm pretty sure he grew up watching some of the greats like Terrell Davis. Yeah, who you remind Mike Anderson, who's some of the guys that he remind me of, some of the guys that can catch it out the backfield, that they're, really fast, so I definitely, to me, it seems he has a history, a foundation of running the ball, so I definitely think, this will be a big addition to the team. And here's some of his stats from Liberty. So in 2022, he had 129 carries, 850 yards, average 6.6 a carry, and 8 touchdowns with a 60-yard long run for 64. No, 80 yards. So he ran for 80 yards. Like, whoa, shit, that's pretty impressive. And that was just in 2022. So he also had 18 receiving yards. He had 18 receptions, 149 receiving yards, averaged 8.3 a catch with 1 touchdown, and his longest was 41 yards. But what really was impressive with me, all seasons, he never fumbled. There's 0 fumbles for him. So I think that is what you say?
And that's good.
Yes. Because, we struggle in turning the ball over and, making big plays. So just to know that, okay, hey, this guy here, he's coming in and, we're giving him an extended role, but, he's actually able to, protect the ball. So what would you think, would you give him the starting role, or what would you say, how would you find or define Hunter, Dae Dae Hunter's role within our offense? Do you see him a starter, or
I would give him the start, because he's been in camp. He's been in camp all since they've been there. So he's been still. He's working out. He's already gotten the majority of the reps. He's already gotten the chemistry with the line, plus with Luis Perez. You know what I mean? So for me, I would put him as the starter for week 1.
Yeah. And same here. And I was surprised to hear, that he actually wasn't slated as a starter, just on those key factors that you said. He's been in training camp, he's put in the work to, be that lead horse. So, definitely, why not give him the opportunity? So I'm looking forward to seeing the stats that he's going to put up this year. So if you got to put out a number, how many touchdowns do you think he's going to get? Wait, first, I don't want to get ahead. Do you think he's going to score against the Brahmas in week 1?
At least twice.
Oh, shit. Okay, book it right here. So we got it here. Dae Dae Hunter's going to score at least twice against the Brahmas. Are they going to be just all running or running and passing?
Man, you got me right now. I couldn't even tell, man, because he's good at both. But if I call it, I'll say 1-1. I'll try to give it 1-1.
Yeah. Same here. I'll definitely give him, 1-1 as well because, he's talented in both areas. Running, like you've seen in that highlight, he's definitely quick off the first step, and we know that he can catch out the backfield. So, yeah, I think he's good for one passing touchdown and one catching touchdown. So I think Luis Perez definitely going to use him as an outlet because the Brahmas have a good, rush defense. So definitely look out for Dae Dae Hunter to score twice. All right, there we go. All right, I see. Now we moving and grooving. So next running back we got Kalen Ballage. Now this was a surprise here. So mind you, I didn't know this was this guy going into this season. I read his name and whatever. I looked him up on Instagram and okay, former Pittsburgh Steelers player. So whatever, didn't think of anything. It wasn't until I got ready for this show and I was like, oh snaps, this is the guy that played for the Dolphins. And it's crazy because I had Kalen Ballage on my fantasy football team. So the irony of him coming to the Renegades is just, I'm just stoked, man. It's like, I can't believe it. It's like, God dog. So to me, the sky's the limit with this guy. So what do you think about this pickup?
Oh, man. He came out of Arizona State, was drafted by Miami, 6'2", 231.
Big guy. That's linebacker. That's like a linebacker right there.
Big guy. Ooh. So right now, that's a 1-2 punch.
That's all that's needed because and what's really good about this that some research I was doing, I seen that some of the feedback or attributes of him, he's a big elusive back and he's quick. So not only is he big, he can, it's like he got all the check boxes. He checked off all the check boxes. So
I want to say he played with the Houston Roughnecks as well, but I think he got bit by the injury bug.
Oh man, well listen, I'm from the Saints, so we used to taking other people's trash, so Cowboys, but they say one man's trash, another man's treasure. So hey, he found his home with the Renegades, and I'm definitely sure that he's going to get that type of attention that he's looking for to get back in, as he make his campaign to get back into the NFL. But there's no better team than to get picked up by the Renegades because I think, we got a guy one of the linemen that played for the Minnesota Vikings. He came from the Arlington Renegades. So we have found some success with our players going to the NFL, just like Luis Perez, but, he's back. But definitely shout out to him and, and his milestones. But, yeah, circling back to Kalen Ballage, I think this is a really good pickup. With him, and this is what they have slated as a starter. So I'm guessing that they might want to wear the defense out early. What do you think about him being a starter versus a more, the smaller back getting being a lead horse?
Well, what I mean. The only thing with a bigger back, he has more the smaller back will have the leverage coming in lower. You know what I mean? But with him, he's a bigger back, and he can punch it, hit the. What I'm trying to say, he'll hit the hole a little bit slower, but at the same time, with all that weight coming forward, can break more. I think he can probably break more tackles than trying to stop and go and get going. You know what I mean? But with him being a bigger back. That's like you. I would use him on a third on third downs.
That's what I was thinking too. To me, by him being a bigger back, I would think he's more of a goal line set. Third down back. But I'm guessing that they're trying to make an emphasis and maybe preserve Luis Perez, and he can also help out with blocking. But I don't know what his stats were for the Dolphins, because I don't much remember him catching.
Me neither.
I don't much remember him catching the ball. So I think his usage up at in the Dolphins were pretty much like that. He's the third down back and maybe a change of pace back. But for him being a starter, I definitely think that puts some concern, on a lot of people. Definitely me. It's like, okay, hey, why you have this bigger back, as a starter? So before we go into, before we go into his highlight, just give you some quick stats. His last stint in Pittsburgh in 2021, 17 games played. He had that's his receiving. 17 game played, 12 carries, 36 yards, no fumbles, no touchdowns. The last time he scored a touchdown was in 2020 with the Chargers. So, and then he scored 3 touchdowns there. But his longest touchdown was 75 yards when he played for the Miami Dolphins. And I think that was the best we've seen of him. So do you think he still got some left in the tank?
Man, I'm hoping. He's come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So if he's playing now, it's because he feels he has something left in the tank.
Yeah, definitely. Who are we to say that he doesn't? So, that's one thing that's indicative and I appreciate about the UFL. It gives these guys a chance, like, hey, you can make the team. Here's your chance to get back to where you're trying to get to. So here's some Kalen Ballage highlights. That was nice.
Man.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, he quick. I like that.
Quick, and those feet do not stop moving.
Yes. Right.
Do not stop moving. Even on his juke, his feet are still moving.
Mm-hmm. He's like, are you not entertained yet? I'm seeing how you're catching out the backfield as well. Oh, go ahead and stay on your feet. That's pretty quick. Oh, the way to make a miss.
See, his feet do not stop moving.
I'm noticing that too. Oh.
See another one. Man.
Yeah.
It's another one. He hit, you know what I mean? And he gets down low like he's 5'10".
Yeah, seeing that. Yeah, he's running like, he has like, it's like he reminds me of one of those like all-star, one of those guys that run with a center of gravity, like they just coming right at you. It's like, okay, hey, this is all boom on, it's no fluff.
It's either you or me. That's what it is. Either you or me. That's it.
And the way he's running is like it's just gonna be me, player.
Hey, and another one that can catch out the backfield. You know what I mean? That's another one.
What you say?
Can catch right out the backfield as well.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and and it's like he's able to, and you think he's going to run right at you. And what I noticed too in some of those highlights, how he was able to go and find the sideline, and run toward the sideline as well. So it looks like he covers all. Once again, he's another guy that check all the check boxes. That he's able to run up the field, run between the tackle, between the nose guards, and run around the ends. So, whew, man, listen. I don't know. Now, I can see why that, they want to give him the start because it looks like, he has the most experience at a higher level. But, hey, I'm hot. I didn't see him I didn't see much of him in training camp. I guess that they wanted to give the first reps with Dae Dae. But, man, I'm excited to see what this guy can do. What do you think? What do you think about him?
I think I'm hoping with both backs, man, and we can at least get 5.5 yards a carry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, just watching the videos on both of them. I mean, if you look at it, man, these guys are giving you 6-7 yards every time they touch the ball, even when they're catching out the backfield, they're giving you 6-7 yards. Can you imagine? You get them going, and then after that, then you get your receivers going. We should at least be putting at least 40 points on everybody.
Facts. Easy. And that's one thing that I'm looking forward to this year. I think, this year, with the talent, especially, that I see within the Renegades. We cover the Renegades. That's the main team that I see, in the practice. So I can only speak on them. And I'm thinking we might get back to that high-flying football that we used to see, that we come to expect, because we know Coach Stoops loves these high-risk, high-reward type plays. Now he's able to put these guys that can actually, go out and execute these plays. So, man, I'm getting ready for some big plays this season.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
So what do you think about
I just want to see them. I want to see them all in my section.
Facts. All right. So, what do you think about him? Do you think he's going to get in the game and score this against the Browns?
You know what? I'll give him. Since I give the other one 2, if he's a starter, I'll give him 2 as well. But I think he's going to break. I think he's going to run both of them.
All right. Because I can see, I can see that. I think he's going to break one, and then I think we're going to Luis Perez is going to get in the end zone. I mean, in the red zone, and he's going to run one in. I like that. All right. So we getting ready. We piling up some points just per our score. We piling up some points on these goddamn Browns. That's 4 touchdowns.
That's already 4 touchdowns. And that's not including the receivers. Yeah.
And we still got one more running back. All right. So that was just Kalen Ballage, former running back that was drafted by the Miami Dolphins, spent some time with the LA Chargers. Sorry, See how old I am. LA Chargers, and recently with the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, so our next running back is recently re-signed. Davion Smith. That's my dog. So what do you think about this pickup?
Oh man, I was kind of disappointed when I didn't see that he re-signed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but some inside information. You was calling this before it happened. Like, tell us how you had some some type of insight. Was a little fairy, something that told you how you.
Well, you know what? I mean, I was paying attention to the running back position. You know what I mean? And I didn't see him re-sign. I mean, when they were doing re-signing, he didn't re-sign. And so I'm seeing that we had one coming into camp, and then we signed Darren. What was his? Started with I can't remember his name, but he ended up retiring. He signed with the Renegades, and then ended up retiring right afterwards. So what I saw that we only had, and then when we picked up Kalen we picked up Kalen up. Okay, so we went in with 2 backs. You know what I mean? I knew there had to be a third back. There had to be a third back. You know what I mean? And well, we went. You know how we went to that joint practice with Houston. Well, I was pretty surprised because I ended up seeing him. I ended up seeing Davion with his Davion Smith with all sorts of Renegade gear, and I turned around and asked him. I said, "Hey, man, what's up? You didn't come back?" And he says, "Don't worry with you, man. Don't worry. I'll be messing with." He says, "I'll be messing with." I'll be effing with you. He says, I'm gonna F with you, man. Trust me." He says, "So don't worry." He says, "Don't worry." He says, "You'll see something in a week or so." And I just knew it. I was like, wow. And sure enough, I was on the internet today, and bam, I just saw when he signed again, and I was like, man.
So now we already got 4 touchdowns. And this is what I think is going to be the problem here. There's too many mouths to feed.
Too many.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, unless we're going to be like the old Denver, just run, baby, run. You know what I'm saying? So how do you think, how do you think we're going to keep, all 3 guys on the team and actually feed this 3-headed monster?
Oh, man. Hey, that's going to, you know what? That's what's going to take. That's what's going to take to get to where we want to go. You know what I mean? You got three. I mean, they can stay healthy. Your running backs will stay healthy. You just keep swapping them out. You know what I mean? You have already got 2 that played under Bob Stoops with the Renegades the last couple of years. So you're looking, they both Smith and Hunter, they know the offense. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you do the one. I mean, you got 3 punches. You know what I mean? So now you have to worry which running back are you going to have. Now you're going to have to worry about which running back you're going to have to worry about for which game. What running back's going to come out and put 100+ yards on your team? You know what I mean?
Right. And and one thing that I'm pretty sure that Davion is happy about. He's not going to get burned out because like last season, it looked like they were just using him too much. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just relying on him too much. And I think that, and if I seen it, I'm pretty sure the team on the other side seen, on the other side of the ball seen it as well. And they were padding the line, they were getting ready, they were keying on him. So, like I definitely think that, with him having some help this season, would one, preserve him and maybe, help him have a better season. So what do you think about him starting? So how long before you think he get his starting role back?
Man, you know what? I say by week 2.
Oh shit!
I say by week 2. I mean, what I was told. You know what I mean? He's been in the gym. You know what I mean? Just because he hasn't done any running. I mean, he stays running. He's in the gym. So I mean, as long as he stays, if he had stayed, I mean, he looked good when I saw him. He looked fit. He still looked a little lighter than last year. You know what I mean? So I think if you give me him to start, it's gonna be at least. And I'm giving them. I give all my running backs any of those that start. You're looking at least 2 touchdowns, at least. And then with those 3 guys, if they pull all 3 guys, you're looking at, man. Then you open up your passing game.
That part. Now I think we seeing under the hood of what Coach Stoops is trying to put together because he's been pretty vocal about this team. He came out and said they're stronger and better than ever. So I'm thinking
I'll give you another one. We only have 2 to 3 offensive linemen that are coming back from last year.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be another segment. We're going to talk about those linemen. So here's a quick play from last year with Mr. Do-It-All.
Devion Smith gets the carry and into the end zone for the touchdown. The Michigan man celebrating with his team, and it's now the 2-point conversion. A toss to Smith. He throws to the end zone to Van Der Esch. A completion there. Tack on 2 more points for Arlington. A little trick.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, that's what
he can catch out. He can also catch.
plays.
He can also catch off the backfield. Mm-hmm. Hey, he just showed he could throw the football.
Yeah, and you know, and that's similarly the play that I was talking about that they did with TV during practice that he missed. Yeah. That's the same play. They did with Tyler Vaughn, and that's when he just got frustrated and he just started smashing his helmet. But that was the same play. So I don't know what that might show. You know, that they're trying to maybe make up for Davion's, role, but he's back. So once again, the question is there room? You know, is there enough to go around to keep all these guys happy? Because we know, Kalen Ballage, he has to have, he has to be a big ego, because he's coming from the NFL, coming here. So, he's already a big personality. Let me say that. So, Dae Smith, what do you think about that? So, man, it's going to be some, some question marks there.
But you got 10 games. You know what I'm saying? Which running back is gonna start strong? You know what I mean? Who's gonna get that motor going first? Because I think that with Bob Stoops, once he finds that running back to but he can know that he's gonna run that ball, he's gonna stick with that one guy. You know what I mean? So it just depends who's gonna come out and get those wheels going.
Right. That makes sense. Because that's a lot of teams do that. Like, hey, you know what? Or like they say, just let the cards fall as they may. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense. Whichever running back comes out, the stables the fastest first, hey, let them run. Let them do their thing and just find something to supplement them and, and to keep them fresh. So it's a good approach. That makes sense. So, all right, man, we've been doing up some talking and, and we got to pay some bills. So we got to take a quick break and, y'all sit back. We got more of the Arlington Renegades Running Back Show.
Little J's Donuts and more. Located in Harahan at 1301 Hickory Avenue. Come in for donuts, savory breakfast, king cakes, and more. Check us out on Facebook at Little J's Donuts or on our website, littlejsdonuts.org.
Hey, shout out to Lil J, man. If y'all out there in Harahan, Louisiana, y'all definitely go check them out. But they're shipping donuts too, so y'all can definitely go to their website.
I was about to ask you that right now. That little sweet tooth hit.
Yes, sir. And one thing about his donuts, they're all fried, so definitely a different experience for donut lovers. So we back, man. What you do, and my guy Bandito on the Let's Ride podcast, man. We're talking about running back. So just a quick recap. We talked about our, the inked up starter, the one that is the proposed starter, and that is Dae Dae Hunter. We spoke about Kalen Ballage, and we just got finished talking about Davion Smith. So what do you think might have been some of the factors that caused him to come back? Because it was a big question mark. A lot of people were expecting him to make his jump to the NFL and, question if he was going to come back to the UFL this year. So what do you think some of the factors that made him come back?
Man, I think it's the love of the game. I think it's the love of the game, and then him being there at practice. But you know what? I also think the fan base, man. I also think the fan base, because a lot of the fans did. He interacted with the fans really well at every function that he went, every function that we went to. He was a genuine guy, man, real genuine guy. Just like the rest of them, like the ones that we've already been talking about, the guys that we've been talking about. I know this guy for the last 3 years that he's been with the team.
Nice. All right, so tell us, one of your memorable moments that you can maybe share with us.
Like as of what? Of just
with him, when you had an interaction with Mr. Smith.
Man, matter of this past weekend, you know what I mean? I didn't think he was there. He was gonna come back and play. I was just, you know what I mean. At first, I mean, I thought that okay, we're only going in with two running backs. But when I sat there and I'm sitting there, and he came up to me because I thought I saw it was him, but then when I thought I saw him when he was on the sidelines during the scrimmages. But then when everything was said and done, and then he came up to me personally and be like, "Hey, my boy," and that's when I was like, you know what I mean? That's when I asked him about what happened, he just kind of shrugged the question off and just told me that, "Hey, don't worry, you'll see me back. You'll see me back." So hey, that was good. That was one of the good things about with him that's gonna stick with me because I mean he came to me personally and kind of let me know that he was coming back.
Nice. That's pretty cool, man. You know, like you said, that's like, you know, a lot of players do that, you know, and I think, you know, and it's just like you say that they, you know, this for the love of the sport and for the love of the fans, you know, because, you know, unlike the NFL, is like the fans make who you are. You know, if the fans don't show up to see you, who's there, you know, and you're not bigger than the game, you know, so it's like that's, if you all have never went to an XFL, UFL game, definitely go so you can just get that experience of just meeting genuine people. It's like, you know, they come up and, hey, man, how you doing? You know, this, I'm such and such, blah, 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 you know, and they're just so approachable. And it's like, wow, okay, you know what? I like who you are. You seem like a good person. I'm just going to follow you and just say, you know what? Let's see how far you go, you know, and that's just what the love of this game is. And, you know, like that's just the identity of this league. And one thing that, you know, I find that I like most, you know, and I cherish about it. So, all right, so man, that's some good stuff right there. So next we got up. What we're just talking about. What were some of the key factors that made him come back? So we got some stupid key factors.
So far, big step towards being a better team. And I believe overall our offensive line is stronger and better than a year ago, which hopefully protects the quarterback as well as you're able to run the ball.
So the question, all right, so that's the next slide. So the question I asked Coach Stoops was, you know, coming into this season, what were some of the key areas, you know, of improvements that he wanted to focus on? And as you can see, he said the offensive line, you know, to me, I think, you know, for a running back position, you know, the quarterback, yeah, but the superstar position for a running back, of course, is the line. You know, if you want to have a successful, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, the big guy in the trenches.
Man, you need those fat guys to get you. You know what I mean? Because without those fat guys, bro, the quarterback and that running back ain't nothing.
Right, you're gonna be like have a Barry Sanders year. You know, hey, you got some good stats, but your season is ended short because you're getting beat up. You got lumps after every game because your line ain't blocking. So, I think that, you know, Coach Stoops' focus on improving the offensive line actually, you know, led to him wanting to come back sooner. You know, I mean, you know, he loved the game, like you mentioned. So it may have been in the cards for him to come back at some point during the league, you know, during the season. But for him to start out in the beginning, I definitely think that, you know, the focus on improving the line led to, you know, the quick decision on, you know, hey, you know what? I want to come back to the UFL, and not alone the UFL, come back to the Renegades, because I think, you know what, we might have a championship run this year.
Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna have the three amigos.
Hey, that's their nickname. I like that. We got to get some graphics up on that. Yeah. Talking about the three amigos. How about it's time to beat a bandito?
Oh man, hey, I'm waiting for you know what? I think we need to put it up, and I'm gonna challenge every single team that comes this year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, so you gonna be out there tossing a bean bag?
Hey, I'll get up in there. I'll get up there and toss that bean bag.
You sound kind of like, hey, I'll get up there. You sound tired already. That's an easy win. Listen.
Yeah, man.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. So, definitely, this here is Be the Bandito. To whereas, you other super fans, and it just doesn't have to be super fans. It can just be regular Joe Schmoes that come out to the tailgate and, you just have fun. That's the whole thing, just get you some bragging rights before the actual game starts because we already know your team's not going to win in the stadium. So
you just turned me on to something, man. What we need to do is maybe get a Brahma fan against a Renegade super fan to toss. And then vice versa, you get a regular Renegade fan to play a super fan from the Brahmas.
Here we go, baby. You got two-man team. We just gonna make it do what it do and just come out and have some fun. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. So, man, you say, what is it? Candyman name 3 times, you show up, you say Tim, old man Tim, crazy Tim.
That's crazy Tim.
And he showed up, man. Let me give a shout out to our guy, man. Crazy Tim, appreciate you tapping in, man. We might have to get him in there on this coin toss. So that's him in the picture right there with the biggest smile and on the side. So
he on the left side.
Yes. So if y'all want to call out Crazy Tim on some cornhole. I can't never get that right. See, that is not a Louisiana game. If you want to play some horseshoes, I will get on y'all to some horseshoes. But this cornhole toss, I ain't never heard of that until I came to Texas.
There's another one. It's called, there's another game called Washers.
Washers?
Yeah. See, you never heard about that one, huh?
I've heard of some Washers. It was like I heard of Knuckles. This sounds like one of them games that go back. You heard of Knuckles? A pluck? But man, definitely, y'all, come out to the tailgate, get you some bragging rights because your team is not going to win when they go up against the Renegades. Y'all can come out, have a great time. We got some crawfish, got some Texas tacos. Mm-hmm. We got some, all the fixes, man. We have a DJ coming out there. So it's going to be turned. Like, listen, we're going to have a great time before we, go into the game and have a great time there. So what Tim talking about? He said, don't speak for me. I don't know if I can play. It's just my cornhole set. Wait, time out. So am I reading this correctly? So it's like he have the football. He bringing the football but can't play football? So he's bringing the cornhole toss. He can't play cornhole.
No, what he's trying to say is he's the one that owns the cornhole toss.
Okay, there we go. Pop your shit then. That's what I've been trying to find out. Who is going to be the one we can, the champ on our tie. So yeah, Crazy Tim. That's it. There you go. Oh man. All right, cool. So next, man, we got. Again, always make sure y'all come out, man. Pep rally. Listen, do y'all know what time it is? Next week, around this time, we're going to be turned. So if y'all in the DFW area, y'all make sure y'all come out to the pep rally. It's going to be at Boomer Jackson, Dallas, I think, off Technology Drive. But,
off of Northwest Highway and Technology.
Yes. Oh, man, shout out to Casey, man. He's still tapped in. We must have bore him out, or you might not have much to do on a Friday, but I know you do, so appreciate you hanging out with us this long. So he asked, shout out to you, Casey. So he said, don't mean to go off topic, but I love to see Shreveport shout out to the UFL for a team. It's a large enough city, and they already got Independent Stadium. Hey man, shout out to the Boot. I'm from the Boot. I played. I went to Grambling State University, played in the band, and we played at Independence Stadium. So I'm a big fan of that area, and everything around there. But shit, you might need a jacket to go around there.
What would you do? What would you do if the team going to Louisiana? What you gonna do?
I'm from Louisiana. Hey, I'm turned, man. I'm turned. I'm telling you.
Jump off? You jumping on the boat?
Hey, listen, jumping on. I'll be the tugboat in front of it. Boop, boop. I'm pulling that joker, man. Shit. Yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, to his point, you know, and there's a lot of people that, you know, plays football, you know, to be exact, in the Louisiana area. Is one of the most highly recruited, you know, football states after, you know, Florida, California, and Texas. So that would be definitely a good place for it. You know, I don't know, maybe far as like UFL, but maybe Arena League as well. But I don't even know what other criteria is for the UFL picking a team or, you know, moving a team to a city. But one thing that I can say, I agree with you. Like, yes, Shreveport can sustain that as far as the economy wise, because we've seen that with 50 Cent, you know, how he was able to put that massive party on down there without an incident. So to me, that definitely shows that, you know, one, something can go on in Shreveport without a lot of violence out there, and, you know, and shit. Secondly, the city's waiting for something to celebrate. So that's a good, good suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, yeah, you know, going back around to turn. Shout out to Crazy Tim, man. We're gonna be turned from Friday to Saturday and Sunday. See, like in Louisiana, a lot of people, especially in New Orleans, Southern Louisiana, they be like, why every Sunday people eat beans? Because Saturday we were drunk as hell. We were drunk as Cooter Brown. So Sunday is the recovery day. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You can eat your beans, but I'm eating my menudo.
wait, I heard of menudo. What I heard of that. Tell us what that is.
That's beef tripe.
Beef tripe.
It's tripe. Cut it.
Hell no. So for those who don't know what tripe is, that is a tongue.
No, it's a lining of the stomach.
What? Wait, hold on. So I'm not even right. So wait. So what is the tripe?
It's the lining of the stomach.
The lining. Wait, no, that's the chitlins. The chitlins.
No, the chitlins. The chitlins. That's the intestines.
Wait. So what possess? All right. So how you eat this tripe?
Okay, chitlins. Those are chitlins. Is almost what it sounds like. That's the cow intestines, man. Where it goes out the exit wound.
Man, you got me a little nervous. Now I'm about to start asking where's the origin of your damn meat when you be cooking. So for those like me that don't know what the hell tripe is, this is what tripe looks like.
Yep.
And you eat that?
Yeah, it's a hangover, man.
It looks like mushrooms or something. Like what the
hell? Kills every hangover. That's called honeycomb.
So what is the dish that you make that you make this? Because the videos I got from this is like look like an Indonesian killing a freaking cow. So I'm sure that's not how you prepare it. So how do you prepare this meal?
Boil it up a little. You boil it up in water, clean it with some lemon and salt, and then you just.
You said menudo? What is the name of this stuff you said?
Menudo.
How you say it?
Menudo.
No. Oh, there you go.
Oh, shit. There you go.
I don't know. So
we also put pig's feet in it.
Okay, wait, hold on. You can't mix that together, the cow and the pig?
Man, what are you talking about?
Oh no. So y'all eat the tripe and then put pig feet in it?
You can put pig's feet or cow feet, whatever you want.
Hey, all right.
Hey, can't knock it till you try, brother.
I was just about to say that's something I'm gonna have to try. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have to try that. Only if I would lose a bet. So definitely no, I ain't just eating that on a regular. So if y'all come out to the game, to the tailgate, y'all see me eating menudo, shit. One of them.
I'll give it to you. I'll take you some on a Sunday when you home over.
I ain't gonna know what it was. I'm gonna know it like, oh, I need something. Here you go. See, I'm like, I'm remember this conversation. Remember this show. But I mean, so what season? Because I'm big on season. So what seasons do you put in it?
Oh man, there's like those dried chilies that you find in the Mexican stores. Those some of them.
Oh yeah.
Some will blend. Some will boil them and blend them, and then kind of strain it out. Some people they already have the powder, the menudo powder, already all mixed up in a big jar. You can use that. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's
all right.
Good boys.
I can dig it. I'm gonna try it now.
A lot of people, like in certain states, in certain parts, also in Texas, man, they eat it different. I mean, you got some people eat it with corn tortillas, some eat it with flour tortillas. In my case, I like to eat it with bread. You know what I mean? Almost
what
like
the hell? How you eat it with bread?
Oh man, you put a little bit. You cut that little bread, that little French bread in half. Throw a little bit of butter. Put it in the oven. And let that butter let it toast up.
Okay, all right. Let me find you an Oak Cliff. That's some Oak Cliff right there. I ain't tripping now. You know what I'm saying? Some bread like that, some dip. All right. I can dig it. I'm more of a I'll probably eat that. With tortillas. I got tortillas in there, man. I listen. Tortilla having house. No cap. All right, man. So listen, y'all see how much fun we having, all great conversation. This is how it's going to be times 100, starting on Friday at the pep rally. We got some of the team coming out. We got a lot of the fans coming out. Tell us all who's coming out.
Well, you'll have from 3 to 6. From 3 to 6, you'll have the Ben and Skip show going live from 3 to 6. And then from 6 to 7, their DJ will be playing music. But as well, some of the Renegade players will be coming out from 5 to 7. Which players are coming out, we don't know. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's going to be all surprise for every single fan that shows up, even me. Don't know who's coming. Never know who making their appearance. You know what I mean? I did whisper in a couple of the guys' ears, so hey, we don't know. We don't know who'll come out.
Wait, you whispered in the guy's ear?
Oh man, letting the guys know. Letting the guys know we're gonna be at Friday night.
No. But nah, he really did. So if y'all go check out some of the footage from the joint practice, y'all can hear Bandito say, "Hey man, we're gonna be at Boomer Jackson in Dallas. Hey man, we're gonna be out." So he ain't lying. Well, more like screamed in these guys' ears. So. But nah, man, definitely come out. One thing, don't worry about who's coming out if you're not there. So those that's planning, like, hey, you know what? Let me, whoever come, if I'm gonna go, if this person go, no, you're missing the whole thing. You come out because it's all about the fans, and we, gonna have a great time. And
also to let everybody know, you know what I mean. This is all for fun. The Brahmas, there's gonna be a bunch of Brahma fans there too. So if you decide to come with that nonsense, just stay at home. Because this is fan friendly, and we're here to just have fun.
You call that drive? I'm calling police on. Hello. Hey. Listen, I'm taking a picture. Hello. Listen.
Yeah, we just
playing it. So definitely come out to have a good time. If you're not coming out, like you said, if you're not coming out to have a good time, stay at home and be bored and whatever the crap is by yourself, because we're gonna be super turned all day. Let's ride. So yeah, I'm stoked about the pep rally, man. I can't wait till next Friday.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You know what I mean? I'm really stoked for all three. You know what I mean? The pep rally, the tailgate, and the game. But maybe you know what? I'm really excited for the tailgate, because you can see. I mean, the reason I do what I do with the super fans, I do it for the kids. You know what I mean? I like to see the smiles on the kids' faces when they're coming up. I mean, a lot of the kids do remember you from previous years and previous games that they met you in, and it's kind of cool to see the kids, like, you know what I mean? It's like seeing them. It's like looking at them. It's like being Batman, but for their football team.
Yeah. I mean, because and it's kind of cool because that's how I met you and your brother. And it was like I was like, if I oh shit, look at those guys, it was really cool, and I'm like, that guy would be drunk as hell walking around in his hot ass stuff, but nah. But that was it. It was like that was really cool because I didn't go to a lot of football games, a lot of NFL games, to where I seen super fans. So to actually get that experience and even know what that was called, because at that time I didn't know what a super fan was. So that definitely gets you into this culture, in this football world. So like you said, man, it's
and
really
I gotta give a shout out to some super fans from the NFL that got me going. You know what I mean? Was a good friend of mine that passed away with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. You know what I mean? Pancho Billa. You know what I mean? And he has 3 other brothers that do the same thing. 1 for the Cowboys and 2 for the Broncos. And it's like, you know what I mean? I give them the shout outs as well with a lot of other super fans that I met from all sorts of teams. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just and it's like a family. It's one big family.
I see it, and it's like, and to me, that makes the sports. It's like it's really cool just to see. What was it like? Was a cosplay show? It's like everyone coming out there, in character. Coming out seeing. It's like it's really cool just to see that and just see how creative people get. Like that's pretty. Like I say, to me, every team, should have some super fans. If you don't have that, to me, you're lacking. So. But it's a whole different culture. It's pretty cool, man. So once again, where the hat gonna go? The hat's in San Antonio now.
It's in the South right now. You know what I mean? But it'll be back, it's coming back to the north. It's coming back to the north side.
All right. So y'all see it here. Book it, y'all, on this show once again, because every show we're going to end it asking like, hey, who's going to win? And we want to know from the fans, from the viewers, who do y'all think is going to win? The Renegades? Do you think the Brahmas going to win? So y'all definitely drop that in the chat. If y'all catch the replay, drop it in the chat because we're going to come back to this. And the show after the game, we're going to talk about the people who said the Brahmas was going to win.
Yep.
And y'all going to lose.
We might have to bring at least one of them onto the show just to laugh.
No, we're going to have the footage. Don't worry about it. I don't need to bring them on the show. Listen, as soon as I'm going to have the cameras on like this. Like that. See you. I see you. And we're going to have the footage on this show. Don't worry about it. If they coming on this show, they going to want fuss and deny the claims that they were crying.
Yep.
All right, so what you think the score going to be? So earlier we said 4 rushing touchdowns, and then we won by Veon, so that's 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns from running back. So
that's a 40 piece.
God damn, you know what I'm saying? That's just a running back. So what do you think the score gonna be?
Man, I mean, knowing Wade Phillips' defense, because he was our defensive coordinator with the Broncos, and I mean, mastermind. He's a mastermind, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna cut it on this one. I'm gonna cut for this game. I'm gonna cut it close, man. I said we win. I'm gonna say we win at least by 6.
6 points?
Yeah. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be a battle. And right now, I think with that one, knowing that we've lost to them twice last year, and the year before that we split the 1, but I think last year is where I think it killed us the most. You know what I mean? Because I think we lost one game less than 3 points, and then the other one, I think like 6 points. We lost by 6. So I mean, I think it's going to be a nice rival. It's going to be a nice rival game. You know, I think the players are going to buy in with this rivalry too.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a dogfight.
So you can tell, a lot of those Brahma fans, you're trying to be nice. I'm thinking it's going to be a massacre. Who's that? The guy who kills the El Toro, who kills the bull?
The mariachi man.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who the fuck we going to be, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like they won't be able to move the ball. I think that they're still stuck in last year, that they were pretty good last year. They were like the best team out of the XFL. But
but when you get Cheerio'd, that's a different story. You know what I mean? You made, like I tell him, you made the championship game, but you guys didn't put no points.
That's what I'm saying. They won't be able to score. That's what I'm saying. And I think we're going to blow them out because, they're going to have defense. But what we just showed on this show is that we have one really good line and really good running backs. So, and, we're going to start with that. And Coach Stoops said, hey, we're going to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? We know last year we did not have any, did not have an identity, and we leaned a lot on Luis Perez to make plays. Now, Coach Stoops is saying, hey, we have a strong line. We're going to run the ball. So I think that, with that, yes, you might be able to put the brakes on Luis Perez, but we got this three-headed. No, we got the three amigos. Hey, we got the three amigos, goddamn me. Ain't no stopping it, man. So I think it's going to be an onslaught. I think the Brahmas will only get 2 touchdowns, 2 scores, and we're going to beat them by all of 6. We're going to have 6. We're going to score 6 touchdowns. Book
by going 54 to 14. Ouch.
Book them. 40 piece.
40 piece. 40 piece.
Let's go. So, all right, man, all good things must come to an end, man, so at the end of the show. So any closing remarks, like, any shout outs, anything you want to say before you get up out of here?
Oh man, guys, we got a week away. Let's fill up Choctaw. You guys come out. Everybody that got friend, you tell one friend, bring another friend, and let's just get this going, guys. And shout outs to I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy here, the host here, Unk. He's doing his damn thing with the filming camp and everything out there, man. I appreciate that, brother.
No problem, brother. We in this thing. We in it, to definitely, lead the way, get the word out, for this media thing, and lead these fans and create, an environment for, a fan-friendly environment for, people to come out and remember their time with the Arlington Renegades, not just with during the game, not with the Arlington Renegades because, we're separate entities, but, while they're going to the game, it's like, okay, hey, we want to create an experience like, yes, you can come down and, watch your team play play the UFL Arlington Renegades. You also can come join our podcast, watch our podcast, come out to the tailgates, come out to the pep rallies. So, we just want to create this fan-friendly environment, to whereas you're out there having fun. And you can network, and that's the whole thing. So, like my co-host was saying, like my host was saying, like, hey, y'all come out, tell a friend, y'all come out, definitely support your local market, your local team, football, man, your local sport. So shout out to everybody that's tapped in with us, man. We appreciate everybody, appreciate STWF brand, shout out to the Banditos, man. Shout out to the Arlington Renegades. We appreciate that, to the UFL, all the fans, man. This dude on. I'm out, man. What you got? You gonna take us out? Let's get us out the show.
Oh man, just like Unc said, man. Just appreciate everybody that tune in. I want to give a shout out to all the Banditos for all the hard work that you guys been the ones that have been helping doing what we're doing for this movement. Man, I appreciate every single one of y'all. You guys have a good day. Out.
Oh, right.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.